Boeing 737 MAX 8 grounded by more countries raised the list. A growing number of airlines following the crash of an Ethiopian Airlines plane that killed 157 people on Sunday. That disaster came. Some airlines cited worried customers for grounding the new Boeing 737 MAX 8, as a global team of investigators began picking through the rural Ethiopian crash site on Tuesday, searching for details on why the plane crashed shortly after takeoff. Answers could take. South Korean airline EasyJet was the latest to halt its use of the plane. Australia and Boeing, however, has said it has no reason to pull the popular aircraft from the skies. It doesn't intend. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration said it expects Boeing will soon complete improvements to an automated anti-stall system suspected of contributing to the deadly Lion Air crash in October and update training requirements and related flight crew manuals. Here is a list of airlines and countries that have grounded the aircraft so far. Australia has announced a temporary ban on flights by Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, although none of its airlines currently operate them. The authority said Fiji Airways has 2 737 MAX 8 jets in its fleet. The airline had hoped. Brazil's Gol Airlines has suspended the use of 121 MAX 8 jets. The airline said its Cayman Airways, a Caribbean carrier, said it stopped using its 2 MAX 8 jets starting Monday. President and C. Cayman is the flag carrier of Cayman Islands, a British overseas territory. It received its first. China has 96 MAX 8 jets in service, belonging to carriers such as Air China, China Eastern Airlines and China Southern Airlines. The civilian 8 Chinese citizens were on the Ethiopian Airlines flight that crashed shortly after taking off on Sunday. The authority said. A spokesman for Ethiopian Airlines says it will ground its remaining 4 MAX 8 jets as an extra. India's Jet Airways said it's in. On Monday, India's aviation watchdog ordered a safety assessment of the aircraft. It also issued. Indonesia said it will temporarily ground MAX 8 jets to inspect their airworthiness. Director General. Indonesian Airlines operate 11 MAX 8 jets. Lion Air, Mexican airline Aeromexico has suspended flights of its 6 MAX 8 jets after the crash in Ethiopia. Aeromexico's Singapore has temporarily banned MAX 8 jets and other models in the MAX range from entering and leaving the country. The civil aviation Silk Air, a regional carrier owned by Singapore Airlines, has 6 MAX 8 jets. It said the ban will. South Korean airline EasyJet said it will suspend operations of its 2 Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes, the same aircraft involved in the Ethiopian Airlines plane crash that killed 157 people. It said the aircraft. Copyright 2019 CBS Interactive Incorporated. All rights reserved. Quotes delayed at least 15 minutes. Market data provided by Howard and implemented.